In this week's Soup of the Week, we're going to make a really simple, easy roasted cauliflower soup. So for this, all you need is 1 head of cauliflower, 4 to 5 cloves of garlic, 1 large or 2 small onions, your salt, your pepper, some vegetable broth, and either fresh or dried thyme. I'm just going to go with dried thyme because that's what you tend to have in the cupboards. So the first step of this soup is to break up the cauliflower head, and we're going to roast it. So we're just going to break apart the cauliflower, taking off the outer green. We want to break it up into smaller pieces like so. We're going to take 5 cloves of garlic from this bulb, and we're going to chuck them between the cauliflower. Leaving the skin on, and then we're going to drizzle a little bit of oil over the top, some salt and some pepper. The oven's preheated to 180 to 200 degrees, and we're going to stick that in there for 15 to 20 minutes. While we're roasting down the cauliflower and the garlic, we can get on and just dice up the onions. This is a nice simple recipe, but roasting the cauliflower instead of just boiling it in the stock and chucking it in just gives it an extra depth of flavour, which I think just elevates this. Right, with the onion chopped up, now we're just waiting on the cauliflower to roast. Right, with the onions browned down, we're going to add in the cauliflower, the roasted cauliflower, which is cooled down enough now that I can handle it. And we're just going to add the garlic, but without the skin, so that should just squidge out. Then to this we're going to add 1 litre of stock. So we've added the vegetable stock, the roasted cauliflower and the garlic. We're going to simmer the whole thing down for 15 minutes. And I've held back a little bit of the roasted cauliflower just for serving. Right, so it's been simmering for 15 minutes. I'm just going to add in a little bit of thyme. And that can just stir in for a minute. Once that's been in for a minute, we're going to blend the whole thing down. I'm using a Russell Hobbs hand blender I picked up cheap off of Amazon. If you're going to use this in an actual blender, you're going to have to let it cool down. Otherwise the pressure will make it explode out, and then you're going to end up burnt and stuff like that. But if you're using a hand blender, you can just go straight in. Make sure you're at the bottom of the pan. With that fully blended down, you can partially blend it so it's a bit more lumpy, or you can fully blend it. I find that when it's fully blended, you don't need to add anything extra to it to make it creamy. So we're going to add a little bit of pepper and a bit more salt to taste. Stir that through. So if you want a creamier soup, you could add coconut milk, cashew cream, or even just standard cream if you wanted to add a dairy option. If you wanted it chunkier, you can reserve some of the roasted cauliflower and then add that in at the end. I actually do take a little bit back. I do take a little bit back just to add on the top, but that's more for the aesthetics. Right, let's serve this up. I personally think it's thick enough as it is without having to add any extra. Let's give this a taste test. Really tasty. Got like a nice roasted cauliflower with garlic and the thyme flavour to it. It's creamy without having anything added extra to it. Just the veg and the stock. Full of flavour, full of warmth, delicious. Another fan favourite of mine, and a really nice way of using up some cauliflower. You can store this soup in the fridge for the week, or you can freeze it down in portions. I recommend using sandwich bags, portioning it out and freezing it that way. If you enjoyed this, check out some of my other soup recipes in the Soup of the Week series. We've got lots ranging from tom yum soup, mushrooms, cream of mushroom soup, broccoli and Stilton, loads of the classics, some pumpkin soups there as well. A new soup will come out every Wednesday during autumn and winter. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support my channel, subscribe, like, hit that hype button, jump in the comments, let me know if you're going to try this or you've got a different way of making your cauliflower soup. Thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.